Hello and welcome to The Right Angle. Let's jump into it. So, what if I told you that it was a lie that Americans won't work the jobs that illegals do? What if I told you that Americans are lining up for new job opportunities vacated by those who should not have been here in the first place? And what if I told you that Democrats are fighting harder for illegal immigrants than they are fighting for you, the American citizen? All that and more. Let's jump into it.
Is everybody here employees?
A sense of fear grips this tight-knit community
Bring your paperwork with you. Show your hands!
after ICE raided this meatpacking plant in Omaha, Nebraska.
The looks on everybody's faces, it was just scared, crying.
Supervisor Stephanie Favila was in the morning meeting when agents entered Glen Valley Foods, arresting more than 70 migrants, including 3 of her family members.
How is this for you?
It's hard because they just call me asking info about my cousins, and I don't know anything. I don't know if they're going to get deported. I don't know if they're good. I just don't know anything.
The men and women detained are suspected of being in the U.S. illegally. ICE says it's Nebraska's largest worksite immigration roundup in President Trump's second term.
This does impact our community and it does create fear.
John Ewing Jr. has been the mayor of Omaha since Monday. He says he doesn't support workplace raids.
We want to ensure that people are treated fairly and that they have due process in the course of these things.
The raids have sparked protests in Omaha. Supporters say those arrested were hardworking people, not criminals. Immigrant law firm Sierra is helping to find those taken. Eric Omar is the executive director.
When 100 people are ripped out of the community, it sows chaos, it stokes fear, businesses shut down, people stop going to work.
So there you have that. And you see how it's framed from the mainstream media. Obviously, hardworking people being taken from jobs, it affects the community. But what's never mentioned in these stories is the communities that have been impacted before these people showed up. We can't take care of people if we can't even take care of ourselves. And one thing I really like to clear up is that people think that, these folks showing up, working and whatnot, it's just hunky-dory. It's all normal. There's nothing wrong with it. They didn't break a law. It's a misdemeanor. It's a civil offense. Well, actually, that's a lie, because in order to work in this country, you have to have legal documentation. In order to have legal documentation as an illegal immigrant, you have to forge said documents. And according to 8 USC section 1546, that is a felony charge that is punishable by jail time and then thereafter deportation. So don't tell me this is a civil offense, and don't tell me that this doesn't impact people. So, there was a time back in 2024 when we had Mr. Dementia himself or whoever was running the country doing things. And in his last year of office, we had a horrible situation that occurred. 1.3 million Americans were literally pushed out of the workforce. And almost the exact same number of foreign-born people, so these illegals, replaced those Americans. So don't tell me that these people taking these jobs is not hurting anyone. Oh, this is all innocent, because the numbers don't back that up. Now, this is important because we see how illegal immigration impacts our people. And again, people say that, illegals coming here is no big deal, but of the many, many, many problems illegal immigration causes, the lowering of the quality of life because of lower wages to the American worker is one of them. And this American worker has something to say about that.
I watched videos this morning of them arresting illegal immigrants on a job site in Tallahassee. Lord, the comments just absolutely blew me away. A couple of them were like, they're arresting hard-working people. Yeah, they're arresting hard-working people that came across our border illegally. Do you know what the word illegally means? It means they broke the law to come into this country. They are not here the correct way. They walked across our borders and you're in our country taking jobs from the American citizen. One of them even commented, well, who's going to do them jobs now? Who the hell do you think did them before the illegal immigrant come over here? The damn American citizen. You know, your cousin, your son, your husband. So when they go out and cannot find a job in the construction field, and you sit there and cry because they are not making no money, because they can't find a job, this is the reason why. Because they are taking jobs out of the American citizens' hands. And you don't have a problem with this. Who's gonna take those jobs? Who the hell do you think did it before them fools come into our country? When I was in my 20s, you never saw an illegal immigrant on a construction site. It was nothing but American men. American bred and born men. God knows you people have got to get some common sense. God damn, there'd be plenty of kids out of high school that would love to have those jobs. Be able to go out and buy them a car, or pay for a truck, or get their first apartment. But they can't because some illegal immigrant is getting it and sending all of his damn money home. No, these people need to go their ass back where they come from, because they came into our country illegally. God bless America, God bless the American people, God bless Donald Trump, and above all, God bless ICE. Please get the rest of them out.
So there you have that. And she makes some really good points. One point that I wanted to highlight is the point about the remittances. They come here, not only take our jobs, not only take the things that we need to survive. And I'm not talking about the middle class, high income individual. I'm talking about those of us, especially our young folks and folks who just needs those kind of jobs to get on their feet. They don't have many options, and the fact that we're taking more of their options away is bad. And these folks that come over here, they send their remittances back to their home countries, so we lose out on that money share, right? We don't keep the money in our economy. That's one of the reasons why the big beautiful bill is so great. For the first time, we're going to be taxing remittances at 5%. I think they should be taxed at 50%, but again, I'm not in charge. So, like she said, Americans worked those jobs before these folks got here. I couldn't have said it better. And, when we look at this, we worked them before and we'll work them when they leave. So we worked it before they got here, and we'll work it before after they leave, after they get deported. I mean, I'm so serious. That's just the way it is. And another good point about what she said is our youth. I can remember being a teenager working at a pizza place until my early 20s, like 21, 22. And that really got me through school. It got me through, all kinds of things. It got me through my first apartment. And nowadays, although those opportunities still exist in some spots, they're just not as plentiful because we have so many people here that are willing to make a career out of those jobs. Those jobs are not meant to be career jobs. They're meant to be entry level, maybe a little bit beyond that, but not much more. So when we talk about impacts, those are the kind of things you have to kind of keep in mind. And those are the kinds of things that we are trying to see. That's what I meant earlier by people coming here legally is in fact a big deal. And we really are going to have to sacrifice our families for letting these people in. I don't think that's fair to our people. And that's really why a lot of people support ICE and they support President Trump. Well, as I said earlier, Democrats, they fight hard for these illegals. Most of that is tied into appropriations through the census, but all it really does is amount to one word: power. Their strategy, often called the Great Replacement, which is a real thing, aims to usher in a docile, compliant population. You're seeing this all over the West. You're seeing it in Europe, Australia, anywhere where it's a Western nation. It's a population transfer. And the population they're transferring is one that is less attuned to the traditions and habits of free states like ours. This allows those who crave power to tighten their grip. It's interesting. Thomas Sowell once said in his book, The Vision of the Anointed, and it kind of nails the elitist mindset. The anointed are often wrong, but they're never in doubt. And they never pay for I'm ad-libbing here, they never pay for their mistakes, especially coastal intellectuals and other, political elites. They push these policies, they degrade our nations on purpose, they erode our sovereignty, our prosperity, and its people, all to cement their own influence and their own power. This agenda has already weakened our nation, right? And it will continue to do so unless we act. And that's what this is. This is acting. This is resistance. We have to remember that we have the right to these jobs. We have the right to the things in our nation. The American worker is not above any task. We're not above, working in the fields. We're not above factories. We can no longer let the coastal intelligentsia kind of define who we are and what we're capable of. And, and Thomas Sowell also warned about the vision of the anointed. He said that the vision of the anointed is one in which the preferences of the elite override the preferences of the masses, meaning their actions, which are essentially open borders, lax enforcement, are designed to diminish the state and its citizens, boosting their own authority. That's what this all is about. And it's mixed with this glob of Marxist bullcrap that has failed time and time again, that these intelligentsias just keep reintroducing. They keep reintroducing it, and it keeps failing, and we keep letting them get away with it. But there is hope. There's action like the Nebraska ice raid that we just saw here. There's broader action by the MAGA movement, and where we're pushing back. They're a reminder that we are the American people, and we are the voice of this nation. We're standing up for our jobs, our communities, our way of life, and we have to keep fighting. We have to do it for our nation. We have to do it for the future, because nobody else is going to do it, especially not these politicians. But anyway, that's been all for The Right Angle. I hope you learned something. We'll see you on the next one.